Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? It's everyone here. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You may have guessed today's tutorial is going to be Snow White. She is particularly a challenging Disney princess character for me to personally do because Snow White's makeup and my makeup do not align. The girl is running around without a winged eyeliner. But anyways, I'm going in with the Smashbox Always On foundation, and this is a very good foundation for like a full-on matte coverage. It also looks like your skin but better, but if I had to rank like which of the foundations I own literally looks like Skin 2.0, it would be Haus Labs, I think, without a doubt. And yeah, I am sick again. No, I have a sinus cold, and I don't know why, but this respiratory virus season, I keep getting sinus colds. Anyways, I say that all to say, who is your favorite Disney princess? Leave it down in the comments below. I liked Ariel, and I think it's because like I love mermaids. If I don't know who I would pick that I would rank as the most intelligent like Disney princess, because I think honestly like if you really read like where these like princesses, like the story, the actual origin stories, every single last one of them is horrific. So I guess we have Disney to thank for to making them like, a bit, I don't know, child friendly and accessible. But right now I'm going in with my Chanel lipstick, the one that doubles as a lipstick and has a lip gloss cover. It's not a lip gloss cover, you guys. It's just a dual ended Chanel lipstick thingamabobber. By the way, I was using thingamabobber before Ariel did. But okay, back to Snow White. Back to Snow White. I I would say, yeah, I think Ariel is my favorite because, not a think, sorry. I do know that Ariel is my favorite. If there's any Disney princess that I recommend, or not recommend, why would I recommend a Disney princess? No. Sorry guys. My brain is just, it needs more oxygen than it's getting right now. Anyways, I think Jasmine is a very intelligent princess. I think that she, kind of fought for herself. I think she didn't want to just be the status quo and the normal. And yeah, I think Jasmine out of everyone is the one that has my most respect as a Disney princess. My phone is charging, and I totally forgot what the other Disney princesses are. I know there's 13 of them, so there's 13 videos for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be doing them back to back or every other day, but just know that this is part of the Halloween series, and things kept falling. Okay, what is normal in this neck of the woods? Shivani not finding her concealer brush in an adequate amount of time, and things falling, right? I think we're all very familiar with that. So, now that we got those 2 points squared away, going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Again, for Snow White, it's very important that she looks like herself because her whole storyline is she is the fairest of them all. And the queen doesn't like that and, wants to get rid of her. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think, which of the dwarves is y'all's favorite? I like Bashful. Like Bashful and Happy. They're so cute. I think all the 7 dwarves are so cute. But those 2 were my favorite. And even Grumpy, I think, because he warmed up to her, a little bit later. But how do you feel about, like, the, whatchamacallits, like, the live actions? I didn't get to watch the Snow White's live action. Also, another thing to point out. These tutorials are going to be a little maybe cartoon-esque because I am following the original Disney film. I'm not following the live reenactments or anything of that sort. So, for example, like I know Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, they have similar vibes, you guys. They both have very similar vibes, and I might end up doing Cinderella's sorry. I might end up doing like Cinderella's like day-to-day look, not when she becomes like the princess towards the end. Just because if you really stare at Sleeping Beauty, like Aurora and Cinderella, they both have the exact same look. Like they really do. And so, and even for like, for example, for Ariel and Jasmine, like I want to do something incorporating color because I think it would be fun. Like Ariel's a mermaid and Jasmine wears colorful clothing, and that's how she incorporates like her own version of rebellion in her day-to-day life and style. Watch me do like a tiger stripes look for to represent Raja. But I am gonna keep this more on the glam side. So right now, even though I just went ahead and powdered my under eyes, I went in with the YSL not foundation, concealer. Whoo! Okay, y'all, this is an unhinged voiceover. I apologize, but you know how it works around these neck of the woods. I do it all in one take. So I'm going ham with the blush, and this is the part that made me feel a bit more cartoon-esque and cartoony, because I don't use this amount of blush, but Snow White has a lot of blush on her face, and I guess it makes sense because her, like, she has porcelain skin, and yeah, her blush is very prominent. So I went a little ham, and I also placed it where I wouldn't normally place it because trying to give the illusion of rosy cheeks. I could have so done powder, but the Huda Beauty blush filter, that did it for me with the pigment, and it's exactly what I want. So also I am wearing a dark royal blue with some gold stripes. This was my way of sort of paying homage to Snow White's like dressing, I guess, when she does become a princess. By the way, I'm using the Natasha Denona palette. It's the golden palette. But yeah, I don't have any blue tops and yellow skirts. And I'm not gonna go buy a Disney costume for this series. Holy crap. I am losing all train of thought and cohesiveness. So let me explain what I did here with the eyes. So essentially I went in with a brown and a pearlescent white, and I'm putting that all over the lid. I did not go in with the transition color first because I wanted this to be, laid down, and that's my little lip movements that I do. But virtual kisses to everybody this Halloween. I hope you guys have fun, stay safe, and make sure you check your candy before you eat it. So yes, anyways, I digress. And then I go in with a transition color and kind of buff that all over and start building up my outer crease. Also, this particular style of eyeliner, I will say this was one of, even though this is like a short snippet, y'all, this was a more challenging video for me to film just because the way the Snow White looks is completely different as opposed to how I do my makeup. But I'm also thankful for it because I did go ahead and challenge myself and push myself out of the comfort zone, because I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I'm not a Halloween person. I'm more of a Thanksgiving and Christmas person if I had to pick my, fall holidays. I don't know what it was about Halloween, but I have memories because I was a chubbier kid, back in the day. But I kind of grew out of it, as I got older. And I don't know, it was very hard whenever we would go to stores and get, costumes. Like, I remember after a certain point, like, I couldn't get costumes at the regular store. And I just was like, you know what, Mom? I'm just going to go creative. We're going to use the clothes that we have and we're going to dress up for Halloween. I think one Halloween I wore Indian clothes and pretended to be a princess, which I think is fair, right? You let me know. So yeah, I'm just taking that color, building up the crease and buffing it out. And now I am, well, you see me coughing there, but I'm going back in with that bigger flat brush to just increase the pigment that I've already got. And by the way, this is the first time I've ever mixed like a brown color without like a pearlescent white. I kind of, this I am digging. I do like it. I might do it, you know, in other tutorials or just kind of use that as a base. If I'm being completely honest, it's not a technique I've ever had to mess with, but making this brown girl friendly was one of my major objectives. So this is the eyeliner technique that I'm doing right now. And with Snow White, she doesn't necessarily have a very prominent eyeline, and this is my twist on it because I think she just has her mascara and then that's about it. It's super simple. It almost looks like my 5-minute makeup, which doesn't take as many steps and is not as long. But what I'm doing is I go in with Urban Decay Legend eyeliner, and it's the waterline eyeliner. But I used this one particularly because I needed something that was more malleable and that I could spread around easily, but also was pigmented and would stay the whole day. So this is what I had. I've said this before, but NYX, like, I like their eyeliner. I have a love-hate relationship with, like, NYX and their eyeliner and their lip liner. I'm going to be very blunt about that because I just feel like either I haven't had time or I haven't, like, taken the time to do this, but other than their butter glosses and their buttermelt bronzer, you guys, I haven't tried their blush yet, but I don't find that it works for my skin tone. Like, I have like 3 different lip liners. I haven't used not a one. Not a one, because one of them is too pink and it looks like I just had a strawberry donut. I kid you not, you guys. It literally looks like I had a strawberry donut. I wish I was joking. I'm not. But yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time with the NYX. And so what I'm doing right now is going in with the most barest, like, straight liner that I can do with the Fenty without compromising the smudginess of the eyeliner that we just put on. And I'm only going over the parts where that smoky eyeliner is. I don't want to, you know, make my eyeliner, you know, bigger than what it needs to be because, again, Snow White has a very natural look. And the reason also, I don't think I mentioned this because I was too busy ranting about Disney princesses, but by the way, lashes, let me just go ahead and say this and get this out of the way. Lashes today, I was thinking of using falsies, but I was like, I'm not going to screw this up again. I have not practiced, you guys. In all fairness and honesty, I really have not. I just curled my lashes. Today was a more relaxed day, so you know what that means. We curl our lashes. But I used 2 different mascaras. I used the Too Faced Naturally Better Than Sex mascara as my base because I wanted that, like, light, airy-fairy kind of effect. And I go in with my Fenty to thicken up and give it a more voluminous. I could not phonetically say that in my head, y'all. Okay. Anywho, sorry about the sniffles in the background. I'm so sorry. I went in with that, and so, yeah, I am doing that. For the lips, the reason why I chose the glossy red lip is, one, because I haven't used this Chanel product that I own and I wanted to. And the other thing is, like, when I was looking at pictures of Snow White, I think it was very obvious that she did have like a little bit of gloss to her lip. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong and leave product suggestions in the comments below. I have yet to see a formula that Chanel has with the lipstick and lip gloss combo duo. I have not yet seen that anywhere on the market. And when I tell you, like, I love lipstick. Fun story, when I was a kid, my mom used to wear lipstick and I would fight so I could wear lipstick. And she got so annoyed with me. Sorry, mama. She got so annoyed with me that she literally stopped wearing lipstick because every time we would go out and she would wear lipstick, it would be a fight and a fuss, and my dad would have to intervene and be like, "Kid, you're like 4 years old. You cannot wear lipstick. This is not good for you." And my mom got sick of it, and then she started wearing it when I was back in like second grade again. So, sorry, mom. Sorry for causing that fuss, and she will validate the story, but yeah, I was one heck of a kid. And so it was so weird also for this tutorial. I had no bronzer on my face. I had no highlighter. The only highlight that I had was the YSL Radiant Touch. I could have underpainted. I just chose not to. It wouldn't have made a difference because, again, Snow White has that natural glow to her porcelain skin. So, yes, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I have nothing further to say. I will see you guys in the next tutorial, and thank you for sticking through this Halloween series, y'all. I hope you guys like this look, and yes, that is that. Bye!